looked down, I checked this hole, and it looks like there's about 4 lobsters in there. Let's go look.
What's up guys, welcome to Jay's Kitchen. It's been a while, but I'm back with another video. This at Jay's Kitchen, we are making lobster gnocchi. This dish is inspired by our very own executive chef at the Lawrence Hotel, Mr. Tim Sullivan. The story behind lobster gnocchi, I want you to hear from Mr. Tim Sullivan himself. Let's hear it.
Thanks, Gihan. I'm excited to talk to you about our what you would call our signature dish here, which is the lobster gnocchi. To be quite honest with you, I didn't have plans of it being our signature dish. It's just something that people have responded very well to. So we first put it on our menu, and now it's become so popular that I can't even pull it off. As much as I'd like to take a break from it, we have to keep it on. So it does change throughout the year by which lobsters we use, but I'll take you from the start and explain a little bit about why our lobster gnocchi is unique, or what's unique about our dish here.
Perfect.
First, our gnocchis, we use a potato gnocchi, so it's not a French style where you have a pâte à choux. We use a very dry, starchy potato, so it's a russet or Idaho potato. Same techniques that you would use to or apply when you're making a good mashed potato, as an Irishman should know, right? You always start with potatoes being peeled. We leave them whole because we don't want them to release their starch. And you start with cold water. So we peel our potatoes, leave them whole, not chopping them up into cubes, put them in cold water, bring them up to a boil, and when they're tender, we'll just feel them with a paring knife to see that the paring knife is able to go in easily. We'll immediately pull them out and drain them. Again, I told you the key is that we want to get release as much water. We do not want watery potatoes. So as soon as we pull them off the fire and drain the water, we'll actually take those potatoes, put them on a baker's rack, and push them back in the oven. 350 degrees for about 5 minutes, and that just again takes away all the water. Any excess water will require more flour, and more flour makes a gnocchi this heavy, pasta-y, that's not great. I like a light, airy gnocchi. I call them pillows, right? So you get this great little pillow action, and that's how you start off with a great gnocchi. So we take our gnocchi, and then after we've got our potatoes through the ricer, we add in our flour and our eggs, and we form these wonderful little gnocchis. We've obviously blanched those off. And then to order, we'll pan sear them. We'll get some brown butter. We'll get some butter. We'll brown that up in the pan, and then get a nice little crust on the gnocchi. So again, you get this outside bite, caramelization, and crust on the gnocchi, and then inside a nice airy pillow. Now we move on to the other important ingredients in the dish, which is the lobster. We have lobster season here in Bermuda is September through March, and then outside of that we go to Maine lobster, which is again would be April through August. Big difference in the two is that Maine lobster has the claw and knuckle meat on it. It's going to be very tender, which is nice. Also, the Maine lobster swims in cold water, so salt doesn't permeate the skin, and it allows for a more tender, more sweeter lobster. Now, the local lobster is fantastic. Well, it chews more like a steak, but it also has, I think, a richer seafood flavor to it. So it's all about preference. They both sell very well. Again, September through March, we're using Caribbean lobster or local Bermuda lobster, and then April through August, we're using the Maine lobster. Both approaches to prepping the lobsters are the same. We take that and we do it in a slow poached tarragon cream. So it's cream and tarragon and garlic and shallots and peppercorn, bay leaf, and thyme. Super excited I'm getting right now, even talking about it.
Yeah, I
As
see
we put
that.
that lobster in there, we bring that up to about 200 degrees and just slowly let that cook and let that lobster absorb some of that creamy flavor in there. It becomes very rich. We pull out that meat and we just fold that into the dish. The other ingredients in that dish are, besides the gnocchi and now the lobster, we'll add some sea beans. Again, the sea beans bring a nice saltiness to it, a little bit of a crunch, a big way of returning the dish back to the ocean. We'll add some forest mushrooms. I like shiitake and oyster mushrooms. And again, our garlic and we'll finish with a little bit of lemon zest. I should say the final touch to the dish is our lobster beurre blanc. We'll take the lobster roe inside the female lobsters. That's this green eggs that you'll see. We'll pull that out when we're prepping the lobsters. Pull all of that out, and I'll actually mount that into butter, and we'll put that in the freezer. And any time that we want to make the lobster butter, which we'll make every evening, we'll make a classic beurre blanc. So you've got white wine and again bay leaf and peppercorn and shallots, and you fold in, you mount in this now green butter. And when the heat hits it, it allows for this nice, big, robust, orangey, red, pink type color with tons of lobster flavor. So now I've got my gnocchi, my sea beans, my mushrooms, my lobster, a little bit of that on top, and I don't even have to know how to cook. I've just done everything right there. I look like the man of the hour putting this dish out, but it's really very simple.
Absolutely.
So attention to detail on any of that stuff, and you can make your perfect gnocchi at home. It's why I can't take it off the menu here, and it'll probably be here well beyond me being a part of the property.
Thank you, chef. Thank you
Thanks.
very much.
Spiny lobsters are usually found in the warmer waters. They don't carry any edible claw meat compared to the Maine lobster. However, their meat is slightly sweeter than the Maine lobster. Here I have baked potatoes and fresh thyme, ricotta cheese, all-purpose flour, and some eggs. Lobster and white wine goes hand in hand. Here I'm pouring a oyster bay Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand. Moving into plating, gnocchi, green peas and mushrooms in the center of the plate, and lobster is around the vegetables.